Good afternoon everyone, it's Nicola Cairncross here and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to catch you up on a few things that were happening on the channel at the moment. The comment sections are getting quite lively, and today I got a fabulous comment from L.R. Thomas. And L.R. Thomas says, I stayed at your boutique hotel many years ago when I was into the property market and I had the pleasure of meeting you. Fast forward to today, after toing and froing with different things, I make most of my online income with products I create and sell online, including lots of books. It's so true what you say. As a creator, I was bored stiff with selling Amazon physical products, even though I knew it worked for others. And I love to come up with ideas for products to create, and I get a kick when they start to sell. I also have a very high risk avoidance profile, so I tend to go for things that require minimum investment, apart from your time, of course. My son is now leaving his job as a software developer to make a career in music. He created an album for which he enjoyed earning about $100 a month on YouTube, which has encouraged him no end. And I was also able to help my daughter create a portfolio of products which she sells online, which means she doesn't have to work unless she wants to. Helping my kids to have the confidence to create their own freedom is what I'm most proud of, and you were instrumental in that journey many years ago. Well, as you can imagine, I was absolutely thrilled to get that. And in fact, L.R. Thomas and I are going to get on to a Zoom call, and she is going to tell me a bit more about their family and what they're all up to and how they did it. Because I think it really is helpful to hear from real life people who've done real life amazing things. And I've had a number of these over the years. They're the ones I most enjoy in a way, because obviously when I'm working with successful people, I can sort of see their success on a day-to-day basis. But the people who don't say anything and who go away and just take some action and get results are the ones that are almost the most thrilling. So, for example, there was Lisa who commented to me once on a comment on something that she'd made over £5,000 from a video on YouTube about how to iron a shirt. And that was a result of coming to one of my workshops. I had, there was a lady who worked in Africa, and she was helping to spread the word about basic first aid and cleanliness and hygiene and stuff. And they were doing it through the schools, because the best way to reach people out in the bush was through the schools. And she said, I created an ebook to sell, and I never know to this day what it was about, but she made over $130,000 from this one ebook over a period of years. It was over a period of about 3 or 4 years. But the very fact that she'd made that money and then was able to, I think she donated most of it back to her own charity, was just a real thrill. There was the client who used to come for property workshops and to find out how to get her expertise online. And one day she popped up and said, I'd like to hire you to help me create a business online, because one little bit of advice you gave me back in the olden days, well, it was about 10 years before, enabled her to not only keep her house in North London, but then to go on to sell that house in North London for more than £1 million. And that had actually set her financially free, because she was able to invest a little bit and then live on the proceeds for the rest of her life, which was really quite incredible. And it was wonderful that she came back to me and hired me to do some work for her, which was great. And then, of course, there was the manufacturing company owner who came down to one of my workshops at my hotel at the time. That was very funny, actually, because it wasn't that long into having the internet. I suppose, how long was it? Internet started about 95. This was about 2003. So it was about 10 years in, and I got something like 12 people around the dining room table in the living room of the Acacia, and we all got onto the Wi-Fi, and I taught everyone how to make a little website and how to get traffic to that website within a day, and then how to sell that traffic something that was of use to them. And he said, I get up every day and I go to work, and there's 100 guys and 100 vans, and our profit margin is teeny tiny, as it is in the manufacturing industry. He said, and you just showed me how to double my money overnight. So it really changed his life. And he says it really changed his life because he went on to become a multi-million best-selling author. And he wouldn't have done that if he hadn't come to the little workshop at the Acacia. So I think the point that I'm trying to get here is, what was the common denominator among all those people? Well, it was that they didn't question the possibility of success online for them. They just went away. They didn't even overthink it at all. They just went away and did something. And I think that's the difference between the people who succeed and the people who struggle a little bit, is the belief system and whether they can actually do it, or whether, it's just for other people, not for them. and whether they actually go away and take action. And I think that's why I love being surprised by these stories so much, because people have just gone away and quietly taken action and got some results, which is really exciting. I mean, I could go on. There were, over the years, there's been so many of them. And of course, I've kept them because it's the one thing that makes me feel really happy. And I was thinking about this whole thing about starting the channel again. And I was thinking, is it for me? Am I being selfish? Is it just that I like to project myself out into the world? And when I'm not doing that, I feel like I'm invisible or unseen. And I realised that no, it actually genuinely is, because I absolutely love to help people. And I don't know whether I'm helping you or not, but sometime people will pop up and they'll say, I watched one of your videos, and it used to be workshops and things, but now it's videos. You'll pop up and hopefully say, I watched one of your videos and I went away and took action, and this is the result. And these are the kind of things that I will think about when I'm a very, very old lady. I'll think of some of the trips abroad, and I'll think of some of the wonderful people I've met and some of the wonderful men I've loved. But it will principally be the fact that I've helped to change people's lives. And if you've ever heard the story of the little boy walking on the beach, picking up starfish one at a time and throwing them back in the sea, and the old man says, what are you doing? You said, you can't make a difference to all of them. And the little boy says, but I made a difference to that one. And that really is the feeling that I get when someone like you comments on one of my videos and tells me what you did as a result of meeting me many years ago, and my enthusiasm for the whole online world. And I think that's what it is. I think I've always been so enthusiastic about the potential and the possibility for people to make even, an extra £100 a week is life-changing sums of money for some people. In fact, it would cover someone's electricity bill right now. Well, it would just about cover mine, because mine's gone up from £60 a month to £300 odd a month, which is outrageous. So yes, just making a difference, a few sales of an ebook, or a few sales of a digital training course, or a bit of YouTube income from you showing people what you know and that you could help them with, would make a huge difference to a lot of people. So I hope I haven't rambled too much, and I hope I haven't sounded like I'm blowing my own trumpet too much. Really, this is all about the people who take the action and who don't have the fear and who go away and do it anyway. And I really want you to be one of those people. So all that said, I'll see you tomorrow with some more tips.